Good morning. It is Tuesday. It's the 12th of September. Our reading is from 1 John 3:18. Children, let us not love with word or talk, but in deed and truth. Now, this points to really the biblical concept, generally speaking, of love, and certainly when using the word agape, this is exactly what it's talking about. This is John, the apostle of love's way of saying talk is cheap. If we really want to show our love to people, that is to love one another within the body of Christ and to love our neighbors as ourselves. This has to be done with action. It has to be done with deeds. And it has to be done with truth, because too much of the loving action today that's done by the world is based on lies and lack of morality and really in direct opposition to God's standards. So here's kind of a small example that I see a lot, and that is parents who supposedly love their children by protecting them from the consequences of their own actions. By going into the school and saying, my little dear deserves an A because he's a perfect kid, even though he hasn't turned any homework in, failed his tests, but he must be protected from his consequences. That's what society says. People are victims of others, so they have to be protected from consequences. That's not loving. Loving is letting people learn. Loving is loving them with truth, that there are consequences to sin. There are consequences to not being who God's called us to be. And so loving can sometimes mean letting people suffer. Other times, loving means coming alongside, listening to, giving if we're in a position to do so, if we have something that someone needs and that we can share with them. Loving clearly is spelled out by one's actions, not by one's words. So today, if the Lord presents the opportunity, be loving to somebody and accept somebody's loving if that also becomes available. So have a love-filled day in deed and truth, and I'll see you again tomorrow.